Welcome back to the channel. My name is James Polworth. Today we're going to be talking about breaking the rules of composition with your camera. There's a lot of rules in photography. I don't know who decided to make the rules, but you got rules of thirds, you got framing the subject, you got leading lines, you got lines of symmetry, you got balance, you got all these different things that people tell you you need to do these for your photo to be good, for your photos to be strong. Well, today I'm going to go against that, and I'm going to tell you why you don't necessarily always need to follow those. Yes, those are good rules to follow. They're good practices as you're learning photography, as you're gaining skills in photography. But overall, breaking the rules will sometimes make your photos even stronger than following the rules. So the first rule or tip that I want to share is that sometimes your mistakes, right? You're taking a photo and it's maybe not quite in focus. It might be a little motion blur or something wrong with the photo, whatever that is. Maybe it's overexposed, underexposed, who knows? Sometimes those photos end up being some of your stronger photos of the session, of the shot. So don't always delete those right away. Sometimes you're looking on the back of your camera like, garbage. You just keep deleting it. Save them, get them on the computer, upload them, see what they look like, see what they can do for you. Because sometimes those slight out of balance elements or out of focus elements sometimes add a unique characteristic to the photo that actually enhances it and makes it a lot stronger than just a crystal clear, sharp, focused image. That's tip one. Don't delete your mistakes. Sometimes your mistakes will be your strongest photos. And also, we learn the most from viewing and reviewing our mistakes. All right, rule number two, always be ready, because things that aren't planned sometimes end up being your best shots, your best sessions, your best moments with photography. Whether that's you're not planning for a photo session, maybe you're not planning for a moment in the shot itself or in the session itself, but there's unplanned moments that happen throughout our day, every single day, right? Always have your camera with you. One of my favorite shots I've taken, I wasn't planning to do a session or a photo shoot there. I just happened to have my camera in my backseat of my car, driving by, saw an awesome landscape scene. I'll put it up here so you can see, but just kind of a unique landscape and environment that I got to capture because I was prepared for those unplanned moments that, I wasn't planning for. If I didn't have my camera, I wouldn't be able to capture that scene, that environment. But because I did, I was able to turn around, come back to it, and see it that way. Same thing with like shooting people or, subject, whatever it is, your unplanned moments, right? Maybe they're going to say something, do something, try something while you're there. You're not necessarily planning for it, but some of that might be a unique characteristic that shows personality, shows that flair for your subject that just really enhances that session and makes it a stronger session for you. All right, tip number three is that your out of focus photos can actually be some of your favorite photos. And I love kind of shooting out of focus. I love having out of focus elements, whether it's something up close in the foreground, just kind of disturbing that part of the frame, that part of the photo for you, or if it's motion blur or something along those lines. I love having something out of focus, whatever that is. It just, to me, adds something very strong to the photo that you don't get in those crystal clear photos, those crystal clear shots. Having something out of focus, getting that motion blur just enhances the photo in a way that those crystal clears don't. It just adds a little bit of personality, a little bit of character into it. And so out of focus doesn't necessarily mean garbage. Out of focus means it's a creative style, your artistic style coming in, creeping into your photography. So don't be scared to shoot out of focus. Try it. Try to get motion blur, try to get street blur, whatever it is, wherever you're doing, try to get that blur around your subject to really enhance and spotlight your subject. Those are kind of the main 3 points that I wanted to share, just kind of breaking the societal norm of photographers and the photography minds, the higher minds to be, that set all these rules in place for us. They're just guidelines. The rules are just guidelines for us to learn photography and have balanced photos and good compositions overall. Realistically speaking, between you and me, photography is a creative outlet. You're able to shoot what you want, how you want, when you want, where you want. Doesn't matter time of day, if it's raining, if it's night, if it's snowing, anything like that. It does not matter. It's your creative outlet. Capture what you want to capture, not what the rules tell you to capture, right? People say golden hour. Well, maybe you're shooting at 1 in the afternoon. Who cares? Make it work for you. You can make that work for you in so many ways. You can use the shadows and reflections of the sun and all these different things. Sometimes, yes, it may be harder, but you can utilize it in a way to capture strong subjects and strong compositions. So don't be afraid, bend the rules, break the rules, try expressing your creative self more than just following the rules every single session. So the rules are good. Yes, I'm not saying don't do the rules. I do framing the subject is one of my favorite photography styles to do. Rule of thirds is really good for balancing and telling the story of the environment. So don't necessarily ignore them, but as you're going through practicing those rules, those guidelines, don't forget to break a few rules along the way, because you're going to be much happier with your photos with those broken rules. All right. And then kind of a side note too, if you have one of those out of focus or your mistake photo that you didn't quite think was good or crystal clear, you can always take those and just add some After Effects to it as well to kind of make it, maybe you want to make it look like an old photo from like the 70s or something. You put some grain on there, some scratches, some sun leaks, light leaks, whatever it is you want to put on there, right? You can enhance the photo and characterize it in post-editing through programs like Photoshop, DxO's, Nik Collection, things like that you can add these filters in that you don't necessarily have to throw away the photo, but you can change kind of the overall composition in the artistic creative style within it by adding those kind of characteristics. So just because it's out of focus for a crystal clear photo doesn't mean you can't use it for something else. So all being said, yes, there are rules to help guide you as you're learning photography. Rules are made to be broken, but in reality, there are no rules in photography. Do what you want. If you think it looks good, take it, capture it, share it, post it, edit it, whatever. If you like it, it's you, it's your photography style. And the more photos you take, the bigger and the more understanding and clarity you'll have on what your style actually is. So, blow the dust off your cameras, get out there, go capture, take some shots, and let's break a few rules. I'll see you in the next one.